A Course in Miracles. Lesson 62. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. It is your forgiveness that will bring the world of darkness to the light. It is your forgiveness that lets you recognize the light in which you see. Forgiveness is the demonstration that you are the light of the world. Through your forgiveness does the truth about yourself return to your memory. Therefore, in your forgiveness lies your salvation. Illusions about yourself and the world are one. That is why all forgiveness is a gift to yourself. Your goal is to find out who you are, having denied your identity by attacking creation and its creator. Now you are learning how to remember the truth. For this attack must be replaced by forgiveness, so that thoughts of life may replace thoughts of death. Remember that in every attack you call upon your own weakness, while each time you forgive, you call upon the strength of Christ in you. Do you not then begin to understand what forgiveness will do for you? It will remove all sense of weakness, strain, and fatigue from your mind. It will take away all fear and guilt and pain. It will restore the invulnerability and power God gave His Son to your awareness. Let us be glad to begin and end this day by practicing today's idea, and to use it as frequently as possible throughout the day. It will help to make the day as happy for you as God wants you to be. And it will help those around you, as well as those who seem to be far away in space and time, to share this happiness with you. As often as you can, closing your eyes if possible, say to yourself today, "Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. I would fulfill my function that I may be happy." Then devote a minute or two to considering your function and the happiness and release it will bring you. Let related thoughts come freely, for your heart will recognize these words, and in your mind is the awareness they are true. Should your attention wander, repeat the idea and add, "I would remember this because I want to be happy." Forgiveness is the only job you ever had. There was once a lighthouse that forgot it was a lighthouse. It stood tall on the rocks, built for one purpose. But over time it began studying the storms instead of shining through them. It analyzed waves. It criticized the wind. It blamed the ships for crashing. And every time a vessel broke apart against the cliffs, the lighthouse whispered, "See, the sea is dangerous." But the sea was never the problem. The light was simply turned inward. Function is not a role. It is not a personality. It is not a career, a title, or a spiritual performance. A function is what something is for. A knife cuts, a heart beats, a lighthouse shines. And the light does not negotiate with the storm. It does not argue with the darkness. It fulfills its function. When you attack, you are the lighthouse studying the storm. You are declaring, "The darkness is real, and I am at its mercy." Attack is not strength. It is a confession of vulnerability. It says, "I can be threatened." And the moment you can be threatened, you must defend. Defense is exhausting. That is the strain. That is the fatigue. That is the weakness. Because you are trying to guard something that was never under attack. Illusions about yourself and the world are one, because the world you see is the weather report of your identity. If you believe you are fragile, the world will look sharp. If you believe you are guilty, the world will look accusing. If you believe you are lacking, the world will look withholding. You say the world is dark, but the world is only showing you where you forgot to shine. Forgiveness is not excusing behavior. It is withdrawing the belief that you were ever harmed in truth.
It is the quiet recognition that what seemed to wound you could only touch an image, never your reality. When you forgive, you are not fixing the storm. You are turning the light back on. And in that instant you discover something astonishing. The rocks were never sharp. The sea was never hostile. The ships were never separate from the shore. The darkness was only the absence of function. You ask, how do we attack creation and its creator? By insisting the storm is stronger than the light. By believing something real can be damaged. By accepting that weakness defines you. Every grievance says, God made something fragile. Every forgiveness says, nothing real can be threatened. That is why forgiveness calls upon strength. It remembers invulnerability. It remembers that light does not strain to shine.
It simply is what it is. What will forgiveness do for you? It will end the exhausting project of self-protection. It will dissolve the constant scanning for danger. It will remove the tension of guarding an imaginary self. It will take away fear, because fear depends on vulnerability. It will take away guilt, because guilt depends on separation. It will take away pain, because pain depends on identification with what can be harmed. When you fulfill your function, happiness is not a reward. It is a byproduct. A lighthouse does not strive to be happy. It shines, and shining is joy. Close your eyes. Imagine holding a heavy shield you have carried for years. It is dented with arguments, scratched with betrayals, weighted with private verdicts. You call it protection, but it is only proof you believed you could be attacked. Now set it down, not because the world improved, but because you remembered what you are for. Forgiveness is your function as the light of the world. It is not one option among many, it is the design. And when attention wanders, when storms gather, when the old reflex to defend returns, there is only one gentle reminder needed. I would remember this because I want to be happy. And happiness, like light, was never outside you.